M.E.T.A is a wonderful organization full of fun-loving people that share a common interest in motorsport. If you like racing and you want to get closer in the grandstands, M.E.T.A is an organization you should be involved with. M.E.T.A is an acronym, and it stands for the Motorsport Emergency and Turnworkers Association. Everybody in M.E.T.A is a volunteer. M.E.T.A, in fact, is a charitable nonprofit society. Everybody volunteers. There is no money. Quite often, people that are new to the sport and or drivers are quite amazed that we travel to some of these far-off racetracks at our own expense.
Just to mention, we got a couple more that were from out of town. David Harvey, where are you?
Yep. I'm a long way out of town.
Long way out of town from Australia.
We've garnered recognition throughout the world. Our members have participated in Formula One races, obviously in Montreal and as far away as Australia, in IndyCar races throughout the world. A number of our members are actively involved on a regular basis in those series, in fact travel with those series.
He went over to get a fire bottle and no one was closing down the car.
If you were to attend an Indy race or even watch it on TV, you'll see people in white suits dotted around the track. The people displaying the flags, the people that first run out to deal with a situation. A racetrack is ringed by a network of radios, and we have what we call communicators. The communicators, all these sort of people are all M.E.T.A people. Also the emergency response, people that operate fire trucks and things like that. They're all members of the M.E.T.A organization. M.E.T.A is quite fascinating if you look at the demographics of the people that are involved. We have everything from doctors and lawyers that have been involved, to salespeople, to basically any echelon of life is represented within M.E.T.A. People have the perception that you have to know somebody or have to have some very specialized training to get involved. Of course, that isn't the case at all. You don't need any specialized training whatsoever. All you have to really have is basically good health and an ability to work well with others.
Good morning, good luck, play safe.
M.E.T.A's involvement is everything that goes on the racetrack. This would include the Turnworkers in terms of flagging, emergency response, the communication network that has to ring a racetrack to operate safely, the people that keep track of the timing and scoring, and the people that keep track of which cars are supposed to be going out for what race route.
My responsibility is to take a group of people and organize them such that they relay information to the drivers about changing track conditions, that they keep each other safe and watch out for each other, and they work as a cohesive unit. It takes a lot of teamwork. There's about 4 or 5 different categories of workers that are on each corner. The turn marshal is in charge of organizing the group so that they work together. There's a communicator who keeps in touch with the race control. We have flaggers who work as a team in a buddy system, relaying information to the drivers about changing track conditions. And then we have quick response people who respond to cars if there's an accident. The flags are primarily used to relay information to the drivers regarding changes in track conditions. That can be anything from a car that's spun on track, we would display, say, a waving yellow flag, to oil that's been dumped on the track. Without that information, the drivers come around a blind corner and they can get into or cause a bigger accident than what's already out there. So through this information, each flag has a specific meaning, and through that information the drivers can drive accordingly as to what the track conditions are at the time.
Checker flag 1-4.
Checker flag is out on 1-4 blue. I am the voice of race control. As race control, I am in charge of approximately 30 radios around the course, 10 primary and about another 20 secondary radios in various functions, but the 10 primaries are starter, emergency, and all the corner crews. The communications, they are the eyes and ears of race control in parts of the course that we can't see. The most important thing to learn with, as a communicator, you have to know your flags, know your hand signals, and work very well with your turn marshal.
Turn 2, alert turn 2.
Emergency copies, alert turn 2. E-Crew's main role at the track is to assist when there's an incident on the track, i.e. Fire, a car breaks down, either mechanical or they've encountered an accident or another car. Then our job is to go to the scene and evaluate it and assist in whatever way, either taking the driver out of the scene or removing the cars as quick as possible. If you want to join E-Crew, you just come up to and approach us and say, I'm interested in becoming E-Crew. And then we will slowly get you into the courses. Like we have an extraction course that is held by E-Crew, and anyone can come, and we'll take 3 or 4 different vehicles and we'll cut them up with the jaws of life. We have firefighting schools that are held in North Vancouver, and anyone can attend. You don't have to per se be a professional firefighter or a paramedic to be on E-Crew.
Just want to check your safety equipment today. In pre-grid, we get the cars together before they go out onto the track. We make sure that all the safety equipment that is needed is there, and then we signal them out when we hear from control that it's safe to let them go. What we look for here is that the drivers have their driving suit, their gloves, their helmet, that their seatbelts are on, that they have arm restraints in these open wheel cars here. And we check to see that they're tech stickers, that they've been through the technical inspection.
In timing and scoring, we keep track of the time of each car as it qualifies. Every lap we get a time, and we make a list of all the fastest laps and provide a grid sheet for the pre-grid to line the cars up so that the fastest cars at the front and the slowest cars at the back. During the race itself, keep track of the track records, and also in scoring it to make sure that the winner actually was the winner and went across the finish line first, so that you know, when they make pit stops and that we have to keep track of what's going on there. So it becomes a very important role here, and we enjoy it doing that because we actually find out who won the race first.
If there was an incident and my car crashed, let's say, probably the very first thing that would happen is somebody would spot it, an observer, they would indicate for a flag to be put out. That would be a caution flag. One of the people working that turn would be dispatched, and that would be called a quick response person. They would come over and check on the condition of the driver.
You okay?
Huh?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
What happened?
Yeah. I don't know, it just started getting really, really hot.
Okay, hold on. You okay?
I don't get it.
Using hand signals, they would convey that information back to the turn marshal. The turn marshal in turn would advise the communicator to tell the chief steward of the event what the status is. At that point, the chief steward will make a decision on the appropriate action, whether it would be to roll an ambulance in the case of a severe situation, roll a wrecker to a tow truck essentially, to pull the vehicle safe, whether we need extrication or any of those sorts of things.
When an incident goes down, just to watch the team come together, watch everybody do their job, and you're just standing back watching, hey, you know, this is exactly what we were trained to do, and this looks very professional. And that's what I really like about doing this.
Our real credo is play safe. The truth is there is nowhere safe on a racetrack. Having said that, we have an excellent safety record and have never had a serious injury within our organization. First thing to get involved really is just to come out to the racetrack and say, I'd like to participate. We have a reasonably structured training program that is very much ongoing. So a new person comes and we will send them out with a senior person and they will basically shadow them for a period of time and they will pick it up as they go along.
This individual is his first time out at the track today. When I was training with him this morning, the first thing I did with him is have him stand down for a couple of sessions, just get accustomed to the cars coming around to the corner, the speeds, and what he's kind of looking at. It's a different perspective being down here trackside. As I'm standing with him, what I do is coach him and show him what the workers are doing that are already working on the track. Show them some of the different flagging procedures we have, some of the buddy system procedures we have, and then slowly introduced them to the flags and got them throwing some yellow flags and even got them throwing some blue flags, and he's right in there doing a heck of a job.
They're always looking for volunteers to do corner flag work, you know, marshalling, making sure the track's safe. You know, it's something I've always wanted to do, so I came out. I don't know, I'm loving it.
Now take a big bite.
Take care.
This is my buddy Craig. Yes. #1 E-Crew member.
Taking my spirit away.
Camaraderie is a very big part of M.E.T.A. We get together at the end of the day for a barbecue, we put together social events. We're involved as volunteers for a number of nonprofit activities.
What I like about M.E.T.A and racing is the people. My husband and I have met fantastic people here. And of course the racing comes in there. We enjoy racing in the fast cars and everything. But it's the people. We've met some great people from all over North America and the world, and it's super. This is a man's sport, but there is no discrimination. If you're a woman and you can go out there and stand beside a man and put out a fire, then you're considered an equal. As soon as you put on the suit, either it be orange or white, you are on the same level as any other person out here.
Each time you come to the racetrack, you learn something new. And I've been doing this for 9 years, and I learn something every time I walk away from this place.
I've been doing it for 13 years. My husband's been doing it for 14. And our son, who just turned 16, is legal to come out and work at the track. He's doing his first race this weekend. And he was ecstatic about it. He's been waiting 16 years to do this. And it's family orientated. Bring your kids, bring grandma and grandpa. It's great. I mean, we love it. Everyone goes, why do you do it? You don't get paid for it. But come out for a weekend and get to meet the people, and then you'll understand why we do it.
If you love motorsport and you can find a way to set 5 weekends a year aside, come out and we promise you the best racing experience you can have short of being inside the car. It's a passion, and you know, as we say over and over, you can't get any closer to the action.